One of the things that we talk about a lot is care planning and care goals, and that's something that you've definitely been a part of as well with flipped pharmacy. And that's part of that fundamental change in like how you document that patient's care and document your effort. So, how do you see that evolving and the education and the practical application since you get to see both?
Yes. Education for me, the educational side for me is the more controversial one. Like,
Okay.
I'm like, what should we be doing? For me, it's a similar concept to the debate when I was in pharmacy school of should we be teaching them dispensing software? Is that do we need to how to work through Pioneer or how to work through QS1 or whatever it may be. And as educators, we're kind of go back and forth. Like, should that be in our skills lab? Should it not? Should we pick one? Does it do it? We don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of a more or a debate thing. What I've seen some other colleges do. So there is a pilot program and I know several colleges have started the testing with the beta Pioneer. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it. Obviously, I don't have it. And there's a testing side that Pioneer does. So some colleges have adopted that. Some colleges have adopted just hey, here's kind of regardless of what this might look like on the interface, here's what you're doing, and getting them to just practice picking codes and picking like, okay, describe what you just did. You found a drug interaction or you stopped a duplicate, like stopping and documenting that too, just like you would if you were writing a soap note. But they're trying to showcase and bridge that this happens in community too. So in all of their community cases, you have to document all the errors and the care planning and things that you have you're assessing and worked with that patient about, whether it's inhaler education, for example. So there's a lot of variety there. I think the core of it is what the latter part of that, of just showing students, hey, this is happening everywhere, and care planning and you coming up with a patient care specific plan, as well as what follow-ups and things you need to do as the provider is location agnostic. We need
Yeah.
to do that everywhere. And so trying to see that and have them connecting those dots and working with that information that way is I think definitely the foundation where we need to start. Regardless of how many maybe bells and whistles, it'd be great to add on. And you're like, how do we do all that? Now, from a practice standpoint, this is where I feel like the appies are really, really, cornerstone and like, okay, please show them your Pioneer. Please show them how you're doing this and what it looks like, because I just can't replicate everybody's,
Sure.
so it's show them where it is, how to do it. It's vitally important. And the way that I describe it to students, I did yesterday, orienting my new student for April, was, hey, we have to document all of these things, especially community pharmacy, historically, have been really tied to that drug product. Every transaction, everything is just all about dispensing our dispensing medications, right? Everything that we track in there is usually about the medications. Everything else, whether it's an education point or you saw that something didn't look right with their adherence or didn't look right with maybe other medications that they may be taking, and you're trying to figure that out, and you have a consult either with the patient or with the prescriber. What usually happens, it's usually written on a sticky note, stuck on the bag, they do it, and then they throw the sticky note away. And I was like, and
Yeah.
that is where my intervention just went. Like, my intervention and my documentation is in the trash. And so the idea of the care plans and putting this into a codified way that is similar to every other, when all the every other health information is documented, is a way to show our value, and it's not throwing it into the trash.